What's up, guys? So I'm doing a little video for you on setting up Behringer X32 for a basic band. Show you guys a little bit about what Remington Entertainment does on the audio side of things. I'm the A1. I've got Blue as my A2, which he seems to be a little preoccupied right now with our resident bunny rabbit that lives outside. Blue, hey, we got some A2 work to do over here. Come on. Need you to wrap cables, okay? Make sure you do over-under. Anyways, alright, so Behringer X32. I've got a stage plot for a band here called, how funny is this? Jelly of the Month Club. I'm sure these guys are great. Interesting name. Yeah, we'll have to see what the Jelly of the Month is for tomorrow. The event is at Cabrillo High School in Long Beach for a water polo aquatics department event. And you might have seen my 16x16 stage I built for it, and I'll do another video about the PA so you guys can see what we do. First thing I do is I called the guy, the contact that I had for the band, and I asked him about this stage plot. Stage plots always change. They may or may not have all their players or their instrumentation. And of course, yeah, there's going to be no harmonica. You know, you got pictures over here of an accordion. You know, you've got accordion, then you've got a amp, which you don't know what that is, but it's most likely the keyboard amp. There's no monitor. He says there's no keyboard amp, so we need to figure out how he's going to hear himself. They're pretty easy. They want 2 or 3 monitor mixes, which we can do that on the X32. I've got speakers I'm bringing out. Paul Gresham's going to help me on this gig. I've got a basic input list, so we have to kind of create what we want. I'm going to be adding kick and an overhead mic, basic stuff, just a small gig. We got a horn player, says he's got a clarinet. Guy says he's going to be playing horn. So yeah, we got 1, 2 guitar amps, 1, 2 bass amp, 3, 4. So there's 4 inputs on that. But yeah, another thing he said is its vocals are featured. So anyways, first thing I did on the X32 is I came over here and I initialized the console, which you use this button here. You select, press it, select the button, and it clears the console out. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and do input by input. I've selected 1. What I do is go over to the scribble strip, and I just put kick drum, boom, and you'll see over here it says kick drum. I always go to blue because I like the color blue for drums, as I'm a drummer. Then I always invert the color so you can see them better. Okay, so we got kick drum. On 2, I'm probably going to do an overhead. So they only have overhead left and right on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and name it overhead. We're going to see if there's a microphone that looks cool for a little picture. What is that? Condenser mic? Condenser. RF. So yeah, we'll just do like a condenser mic. And we'll go over here and edit. And we will put overhead. OH. And hit set on that. So, see now, you have kick drum, overhead. Oh, we need to change the color because we like blue, and invert it. So there we go. Now, the other thing that I can do is I go to channel 1 and I go ahead and set up a kick drum preset, which is what's great about this mixer. I like the BBM kick. So it says select BBM kick, hit yes. And what that does is puts a starting point, an EQ reference for me. Of course, I'll change the EQ when I get there, but what's really great about it is it has set up a gate, an EQ, a low cut to keep that boominess out of the kick, and yeah, so cool presets. Once we get there and we listen to the kick, we will go from there. Now it does change the color when you do the preset, so a lot of times we go back to the setup and the scribble strip, and I can change the color back to how I want it, and my settings still stay there, if you're wondering. See, it does say there's a gate, so on most drums we do a gate. So let's go on to the overhead. We go to overhead, select it, go to library. I use, we'll use a BVM overhead, load preset, yes. Okay, boom. Now we've got all the presets for an overhead in there. Low cut, some EQ, just, you know, cutting a lot of the lows, boosting a little bit of the highs, as you can see there, and some compression as well. Let's go back to the settings, scribble strip, and we will change the color to blue because we like blue. We love blue. Where's blue? Blue, where are you? A2. My A2 is, he's a little distracted at the moment. You know, hey Blue, we like you. So that's why we're gonna make the channels blue. All right, so there's my drums. Then it looks like I'm probably gonna go to instrument mics, excuse me, 4 guitar amps. Let's just go ahead and do the guitar amps next, and so forth. Probably not going to go through all of this with you, as the video would probably take 10 or 15 minutes, but let's see how much I can get done here real quick. Guitars are green. Let's go ahead and set up the channel for guitar. We'll just do rock guitar, right? I mean, bass, guitar. So we'll go ahead and use this this Les Paul looking one. Guitar, we'll leave it green. We can go ahead and name it. Go over here and name it G T R. Exit. Okay, guitar. We can go ahead and do a preset when we get there, determining what type of guitar we have. So we're going to do another guitar. We'll use this electric looking guitar. And so forth. Let's see. G. Now you could, of course you could do all this on site when you're at the show, but personally what's really cool about the X32 is you can do this at home. Now if you don't have the mixer, you can also use an app on your iPhone. I think it's called X32 Edit. You can actually do it on your iPad at home, then use the USB data port and connect your iPad to the X32 and upload your scene to the X32. So for you A1s out there, or anybody interested in the X32, it's awesome. If you guys have any questions about how to run the X32, you can give me a call. I'm pretty cheap per hour for training. No, but anyway, yeah, that's what's cool about the X32. Hopefully Behringer will hire me to do demos on their gear one day. But yeah, so there's we've got guitar 2 set up. And let's just go to the color. We'll make it green because we like green. And then let's do invert. I always invert the colors. You'll know when you get out in the sunlight that the inverted color on the scribble strip is better for lighting. So 3 guitars it looks like. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna set up another guitar. We're gonna give this guy the Explorer axe. No, let's use that one, yeah. Go to green, invert, and we'll call it guitar as well. And there it is, exit, boom. So now we got kick, overhead, 3 guitars. But yeah, I'm not gonna go through this whole thing, but I wanted to give you an idea of what we do. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up doing my vocals. And I've got some DIs for acoustic guitars and stuff like that. And take advantage of this library with the presets. Right here, you hit library over here, and then the X32's got all sorts of presets in here. Guitars, hats, kick, toms, overhead, and all these different sought after engineers have worked with Behringer and Midas to put these presets in there, which are a great starting point. I wouldn't say they're a great you know, to use your whole show. But for example, the other day at a show, I had a snare drum preset on there, sounded great. I had a ring and a snare drum. All I had to do was notch out. I just moved over the notch that they had for the snare drum, and the ring disappeared. Now, so that's just a good starting point. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna finish up here on my X32 programming for my show tomorrow. So if you're looking to host a show for concerts in the park or for your local high school event, any, you know, school events, 4th of July, you know, whatever you have, ethnic bands or mariachis, or I do it all. I can provide you staging, sound, lighting. If you're looking to book a band or a DJ, I've got that too. So Remington Entertainment is really a full service network of potential services. And that's really what separates me from the rest of these companies. You know, you can call up any company that's huge and yeah, they're going to provide you a great service, I'm sure. But what I have from my experience of working with a lot of these companies, working as a stagehand, working as an A1, working with lighting, staging, and doing all this stuff, I've got connects with the guys that are, you know, the same guys that you're going to be hiring on these big companies are guys that are my friends. So what we do is we utilize those networks and those relationships that I've built to bring the cost down, so you can afford us, so you can afford to put on your show at a high level, you know, and you're getting the same service and the same quality that you would from any other company. And I am licensed and insured, so everything is legitimate. Yeah, so contact Remington Entertainment for your next event or show, and you know, I'd be happy to come out. I'd be happy to give you a quote. Should you just want to get an idea of what, you know, we can do for you opposed to who you're working with already. I'm sure you have great service as it is, but let me see what I can do for you at a higher level for you know, for a better price. So thank you for watching, and I'm gonna get ready for my show. Later.